Twitch page yet, so we're live on my Twitch page.
I wanna get us a caffeine TV page. I'm gonna work on that.
What's
caffeine TV?
What's that?
It's where the battle raps are, but creators can do things on there. Let's do it.
I'm on caffeine. I'm on that page too. I'm up there too.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy JP Justice. You know how I do. Drop bombs for what we about to get down on. Yes, you heard it. You read the title. You know what's going down. This is a special edition. You hear me? A special edition of the Black Kings Table Talk. This will be happening quite often. I'll tell you that right now. This will be happening quite often. When things happen in social media or when things happen in our pop culture, rest assured, the brothers is going to come out here and we're going to talk about it, goddammit. It affects us. So if it affects us, we're going to have a conversation about it. I'm joining here with three of the kings from the round table on Sundays. You know who I am. Let them know who you are, fellas.
Harlem Blue.
Ike Bitter.
Wait. That's it.
That's my new shit. I told you, that's my new shit.
No, but I'm just saying that's all Blue. You're not gonna rock with the whole thing no more. That's it.
Yeah, I was hoping Blue would do more, so I would do more.
Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, let it go.
Blue.
I'm trying to look for my page on Facebook. I mean, our page on Facebook. So
let them know. Listen.
Okay.
Blue was allowed to get high tonight.
Okay.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said Blue was allowed to get high tonight.
Dude, I just hooked up my new TV, so I'm like a kid in the candy store right now.
I hear you.
Tonight,
at the porno ready.
Tonight we got one hell of a topic, man. I think this affects us in the community. On the backs of such a hard topic that we attacked, pause no homo, with Dave Chappelle that we tackled. Today we got hit with another issue. It's not an issue. Let me not say it's an issue, but another. What would you call it? It's not an issue. What would you call it?
Sign of the times.
Another sign of the times.
Yeah, another sign
basically.
Of the times, definitely.
Yeah, I know you would say sign of the times, Blue. Another sign of the times. DC comic books, DC Universe unveils today that the son of Clark Kent and Lois Kent, his name is John Kent and Jonathan Kent, and you know Jonathan is the father. Jonathan Kent is the father of Clark Kent here on Earth. Jonathan Kent has come out bisexual. Ooh. That is surely a sign of the times these days. You know what I'm saying? That is surely a sign of the times these days. My man Jonathan Kent is out bisexual, and they even went as far as to show a picture of him kissing his best friend, his boy. They had a title. They had a title for the what's the kid's name that he kissed? If I'm not mistaken, it's Terry or something like that. His friend Terry. Jeez. Yeesh.
Well, you should have known with the name Terry. Terry goes both ways. Like,
true. Let's get our
no
first.
offense, I got homies named Terry, but Terry goes like both ways. Like Terry with an I, Terry with a Y. Like you trying to figure out, like, you know what I mean?
Well, first thoughts, fellas. What we on site? What did you think when you saw it?
Blue, you want to go first? I'll take it first. So on site, I called you. Well, that wasn't on site. On site, I wanted to know if you seen it, and then you know, my rigmarole, you know, coming to work, shit like that. Lorraine sent it to me, but Lorraine was late. Lorraine, I had already seen it if you watching Lorraine, but Lorraine sent it to me, and then I'm like, all right, this is gonna pick up steam. So when I called you, my first reaction was just like, because you didn't sound like you really like, right? And then I said, wait a minute, bro. And I'm gonna try to remember the exact words that sparked your flames, right? That sparked your gas and caught you to catch fire. And I think it was the fact that I said Superman has always been America's symbol of hope and the beacon of light and the the man of freedom. Now, as I sat back and thought about it some more, I could remember being like a toddler, and I swear to God, one of the first characters.
Hold on. You're not telling me what was your first thought when you saw it?
The first thought was like, wow, how can they take and sully their hero? Because that's what Superman is, right? That's Superman is, and when I say they, I'm talking about the white man, right? It's their hero, man. This man was created. This is like taking fucking Black Panther and just turning him into a crack dealer or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the equivalent for me. I don't know. I'm being honest, Blue. Blue, go ahead, steal it, Blue. Blue, write that shit down, Blue, and fucking take it to the States. Because what am I going to do with it, Blue? What am I going to do with it?
Wait, now here's the okay. Yo, it's hilarious.
What am I going to do with it? Like, no, but
Oh
honestly speaking, it's like, yo, I couldn't believe that they would sully their hero. Like, this is the guy, man. Like, other than Superman, like, who's the oldest? Superman is the oldest superhero, DC or Marvel. Superman is the first, correct? So how can you take that and turn that gay, right? But then I found out it was his son, and I didn't have the same. Like, I still feel weird about it, but at the same time, his son is coming up in these times. The writers are coming up in these times, so they have to. I feel like they have to, sell books, because comic books are a dying art form.
Did we
Take
freeze?
it away,
Are y'all
Blue.
there? Oh, okay.
No, he's there. He's there.
Nobody
He's looking
moved.
at.
I was like, are we still?
Yeah,
I
I don't know
bet.
what Jay's doing.
I
He's
thought my
checking
shit
out the
froze
stuff.
for a second. Yeah. So first of all, I don't know a whole lot about. I looked it up after you guys called me, but I didn't know a whole lot about Superman's son being gay. I think the first thing when you told me about it, I was like, wait a minute, because I watched Lois and Clark, and both of them are heterosexual on the show, unless the other one's going to be gay later on. But I didn't know nothing about this. But looking at it and everything, I'm like, okay, well, this is again a sign of the time. That's all it really is. I mean, you got one thing when you said Buzz, that that selling books, but another thing is that these are the people who are writing the books. You know what I'm saying? Like, saying that these cats are queer, they're gay, they're all of this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can look it up, JP. Look at last year. They were trying to sell these new X-Men characters, but they were all
I remember that.
This, like, a representation of themselves. You had this fat chick whose powers came in her backpack. You had these two binary, I guess they were like brother and sister, but they had no gender. They didn't, and I couldn't tell whether they were brother or sister or if they were together. It was real weird. It was real weird. But again, saying, I'm like, that's them. When you look at the guys, like, because they interviewed. Now, I watched the interviews on YouTube, and I'm like, well, look at them. Look at the writers. These aren't the same people that wrote my comic books that I came up with. You understand? They're writing for their generation. So yeah, I'm not mad at them or anything. Just make it work. That's all I'm saying. When it has a fan of it, I say just make it work. Don't make it silly. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it stupid. But understand that even our generation, there was some shit that came out in comic books and stuff that was questionable back then. You know what I'm saying? This shit the parents had pulled off the shelves. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's people wanting to sell books, but it's also this generation just representing themselves. This is who we are, and we want more representation. Just like our community has said, we want more representation. Now you got these young kids coming up who are out now because it's okay to be out. You know what I'm saying? But they're not just out. They have jobs. They're in writing departments. They're in casting departments. They're in all type of, corporate departments and everything. And, they're going to push their agenda. And, like any agenda, go ahead, do what you do.
The entertainment industry
is over in on Instagram. Smooch is over on Instagram, says art imitates life.
Exactly. I mean, I thought it was. I had to laugh because I thought it was real funny because there's a comedian chick. Damn, I forgot her name right now, but she was on. She was. What's his name's podcast? 5150. And she has said, talking directly about the gay community, she has said that she thought, as far as she was concerned, a gay person should, if they're adjusting a kid, they should tell them their lifestyle is equivalent to being a crackhead. So you don't want to go down this road. And I was like, wait a minute. Did she just say this on a podcast? But here goes my brother Ike saying that if Superman was gay.
Now I see why you thought it was so funny.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but at the same time, we want to say that we're not we don't have something against the gay community as Black people. It was like, no, we do. We do. We can't say something like that in one breath, but then associating the ABC people or gayness or whatever with crack or the crack people, the crackies. But then in the next breath say, I ain't got nothing against gay people. You're a crackhead to me, but I ain't got nothing against you.
You twisted my shit.
Thank you. I don't know where we get crackhead from the conversation today.
That's what he said earlier.
No, Blue. What I said was, and it was the only analogy that I could draw. I said, taking Superman, right, and turning him gay, the equivalent for us would be like taking Black Panther and turning him into a crack dealer.
I'm sorry. Crack dealer, now, not crackhead, crack dealer. But
there was a time.
Hold on, JP. Don't act like I'm not connecting the two and coming to a point here. I mean, you're saying, what I'm saying is, you're saying that being gay is the equivalent of being a crack dealer or a crackhead. Do you understand? How is that?
No, hold on. Listen, there was a time, listen. So how I came up with that analogy, right? My mind works really fast, Blue. My mind that's how my mind works. It's anxiety based. So my mind is always click, 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 and I'm all over the place. JP will tell you that we could be on the phone and we'll hit 7 different topics, like yo, right? So that being said, there was nothing worse in the white community than a gay person at one point, right? And there's nothing worse in the Black community than a crack dealer. But it's except nowadays, because now it's more glamorized, right? Like drug dealing is the way to go and shit like that. But back in the days, up with hope, down with dope, that kind of shit, right? So my thing is for them to take their hero and turn him gay is the equivalent of Black Panther being turned into a crack dealer. Think about what Black Panther. Think about what Black Panther represents, and then you turn him into a crack dealer. So think about what Superman represents, and then you turn him gay. It's kind of crazy.
So with that being said, let's go back to the beginning of our conversation. Joe Siegel, the guy who created Superman, one of the two guys that created Superman,
Mhm.
They drew comic books in the image of what they weren't or what they wanted to be. These little Jewish guys drew these mythical heroic heroes in the image that they wanted, that they fantasized about, strong, saving the day type guys. These wasn't these Jewish guys. These Jewish guys were, like nerds, what we would consider nerds and geeks. You know what I'm saying? So that when they wrote these comic books were written in their fantasy world. So it was what they hoped to be. Now Superman is the pinnacle of what they would call superheroes. He basically, they had to write him in weaknesses because technically the man had no weakness other than
Jesus.
Right, he had no weakness, so they had to actually invent weaknesses for this man. Said blah blah blah. But now, it's not uncommon that the LGBTQ or the homosexuality or the
Can I ask you a question, Jay, real quick?
Mm-hmm.
What if one of his weaknesses, and this is hypothetical, what if one of his weaknesses is coming back to Earth and seeing his son gay? I'm sorry. I know we being real, but listen, what if one of his weaknesses, let's speculate a little bit, because what happened was, the way that I read it, his son picked up the mantle because Superman is gone into outer space for an undetermined amount of time, right? And you would know this better than me. What if one of his weaknesses, when he came back, like all of a sudden, like he just started aging and shit because his son was gay? Would that not speak to how white America is? Being honest.
So going back to what I was saying, the homosexuality has not been gone or has not been present since the inception of comic books. Batman, giving him Boy Wonder, was like a gay man's dream, to let a grown man roommate with this young boy. They had a problem with that.
You're saying like in the closet?
Well, it was never mentioned. It was just never mentioned. But the people started to look at the situation like, hey, what is this grown man doing taking care of this young boy? That was like a gay man's fantasy. Wonder Woman's inception was under lesbianism. Strong, heroic woman wearing no clothes, highly sexual. It was under lesbian, what's the name? To throw off the public scent of homosexuality, DC Comics wrote in Batwoman. Batwoman was the buffer between Batman and Robin, so that this way they wouldn't say that Batman and Robin were a gay couple. But then it didn't fit, and then Batwoman was gone in obscurity and never to be seen until 2000, I think 2005, maybe 2000, in that area. She came back and with a backstory, and her backstory was that she was gay. She was a lesbian woman, and back then, lesbians. So
this is Barbara Gordon, correct? The original Batwoman.
No,
that's Barbara Gordon is Batgirl.
Is Batgirl. Something Connor. I can't remember her name.
Oh, okay.
Katie Connor, something like that. Katie
got
Connor.
the TV show on
on CW.
Yeah, CW.
So homosexuality has never been not present in DC Comics, or in comic books, because even Marvel, Marvel I think is one of the best at attacking social issues through comic books, art imitating life, because they've had a gay wedding back in the late 80s, early 90s. They had a gay wedding. They had gay couples in Marvel years ago. Then what's his name? Green Lantern showed up gay. You know what I'm saying? So like homosexuality is not foreign in what's the name? What really took me about this topic is what you brought to my attention, Buzz. The fact that sexuality is a spectrum. Oh God, I hate people that say that. And you know who said that?
Pretty rude.
Pretty rude. Sexuality is a spectrum.
And I can't even see the comments. That's crazy.
Pretty rude. It's a fact. everyone came to this earth through the legs of a woman. Fact.
Right.
The sexuality is a fact. It's not a spectrum. The spectrum is the part that they want you to believe in. And don't get me wrong, we're not here to talk about negativity and what's right and what's wrong. Believe me. So Pretty Rude, we're not here to talk about sexuality, blah blah blah. Whatever it is that you do, whatever floats your boat, that's fine. I'm not here.
Yeah, I wasn't even here to have a problem with it.
Right. I don't have a problem with it. We're just talking about it's scientifically proven. No, it's scientifically shown to you that a male is a male and a female is a female, but we're not here to talk about that. Because I really don't have
that's another show. That's another show.
I really don't have a problem with it. The sexuality, the homosexuality in comic books. I don't. I'm just here to show you this is the part that I find very funny. When you brought to my attention, people don't realize that S on Superman's chest isn't an S. It's an S to us on Earth, but it's an actual symbol. And the symbol on Krypton is hope. That S that we think, that thing that we think is an S, is the symbol for hope. Now, I feel like that was a back doorway of the LGBT community to solidify themselves in our or solidifying themselves in today's culture or in today's world. Not to say that they're not supposed to be here, but it was a sneaky way, and it further, to me, it further proves Dave Chappelle right about punching up and punching down. You know what I'm saying? It's a sneaky, and just like he said, it can be racist.
I'm gonna argue with you on that point.
I don't understand what this has to do with punching up or punching down because there's a gay character.
Well, no, not that part. Not that part. Not that part.
Well, I have
when
to.
You,
well,
when you attach the community to it and say that this is their backdoor way in, we would have to have more context. Are the writers gay? Are they part of that community? You know what I mean? Blue just made the point about.
Let me answer this. Does it really make a difference if people are gay now? Because if you're not gay and you,
this is about inclusion, Jay.
Listen, if you're not gay and you don't include and you stand up for heterosexuality, you're shunned. So even if I'm not gay and I don't write in a gay character, we're not representing, or we're not. Here's a good thing. Here's what the church did. We're not taking in that homosexuality dollar. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost to the effect of, even if I'm not gay, if I don't include them, then I'm wrong. So you don't have to be gay.
Well, okay, so I got several. Blue made a good point earlier when he was talking about he said that the kids that are coming up now, they have jobs, right? Gay kids, they have jobs, right? So and they're in the writers department, they're in the producers room, but and at the same time, Hollywood was always gay. The entertainment industry was always gay. Always, right? So now you're trying to turn it into literature, right? And I think some of the literature, right, and in this case, comic books, right? It's a tricky, like a slippery slope, so to speak. What I was gonna say earlier was I can remember like being really, really young. I think I even said toddler. And one of the first characters I drew, you know, we all had that time where we scribbled and draw and all that. But one of the first characters I drew was Superman. I don't know where the Superman came from because I didn't read comics back then. It might have been a commercial, might have been Christopher Reeve, you know what I mean? The movies, whatever the case may be. But I started drawing Superman. I remember this, like really tough, right? So now with, and this is my problem. This is my problem. So now with this all-inclusive society that we live in, where representation matters, you're telling me that I have to digest movies, digest TV shows, digest commercials. I made the joke yesterday. I mean, and it was a joke, but it's the truth, right? I made the joke yesterday about a male couple selling me Cheerios, right? We are in a place where straight heterosexual is becoming a minority, man. It's crazy. Like, and no, I'm serious, Blue. Listen. I know that seems far-fetched, but to have the opinion, you know what I mean? Like, to have the opinion and to be opinionated, that part of it is becoming like, it's like, yo, I can't be upset. Now listen to me, and I'm not saying this is the case. Me and my kids are walking in the park, or playing in the park, or being on the beach, whatever setting you need, you take that and run with it, right? We're at Disney World, right? I can't be upset. And and let's just say I use no derogatory terms, anything. I can't be upset if I'm with my kids and I see two men kissing. I can't be upset. I'm the fucking problem. Think about that. Think about that. That's the world we live in.
Now, hold up.
Now,
I gotta ask a question. If you're walking with your kids and you saw a man and a woman kissing, would you be upset?
Why would I?
No. Listen, I'll be very honest.
Why would I? That's how my kids were created. Why would I? Why would I be? You understand?
So again,
yo, can you blow your nose instead of constantly doing that?
This nigga, my bad. Turn your mic down. Go ahead. My bad.
Turn your nose down.
Like I said, turn my nose down.
Yo, Lorraine, you hear this shit?
Yo, he get to, like,
that shit irritates him.
Yo,
I don't mean to do it.
I know, but listen,
like
we be like this. We be like this. Here we go. And so the Lord said that. What the?
Comes out of nowhere, man. I have no fucking control over it.
Hold on, Blue. I agree with everybody on social on Instagram. We're not here. Listen, this is what you please, and this is just what Dave Chappelle says. Please do not misconstrue this post as to being a gay bashing post.
We're not gay bashing at all.
We agree that there needs to be some type of representation, that there is a young kid that sees that and feels more comfortable that they're accepted in today's society. All of that we agree with. We're not taking any of that away, but we are allowed to have our POV, our point of view about what's going on. So, right, it's a discussion. So, don't feel like mad that if he's saying that, he has a point of view when he sees gay sexual, and Blue was about to say, so you don't feel bad when you see heterosexual kissing? Go ahead, Blue. That's where he was at.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what times have changed. And yes, call it progressive or whatever. And, it is what it is. There was a time, believe it or not, when you're talking about it's okay now to see, we call it, it's okay now if you see a gay couple, saying that's it's acceptable. And there was a time when it wasn't acceptable, on the highest levels, like, we're talking lynching levels, where motherfuckers got killed for that shit, for outing themselves. That's really happened in this country. So to say, to say I should have a problem, well, not I should have a problem, but it's acceptable to have a problem if you see a gay couple versus a heterosexual couple. It is, a bigoted thing to say. You can't say that it's not just because you want it that way. Let me give you an example. I want you to understand this fully. Just like what we're saying here about gay representation and, too much of it, yada yada yada.
Black. Watch say black.
But it's the truth. I can go to several, how do I say, examples of, saying, and it's true. White people say the same shit and have said the same thing about us. Our representation, us being too much. You know what I'm saying? So no, bigoted is bigoted. No matter way how you look at it.
Let me put this out there, and I keep saying this. Not only do I have been saying this for as long as I can probably speak about this topic. This is years, maybe decades. I hate to keep referring back to this Dave Chappelle special. Dave Chappelle said it. Please, can we please stop comparing the gay argument and the gay fight with the black fight? It is two separate fights. Let me tell you why. Were they brought over here, as Dave Chappelle would say, from Transylvania? It is two separate fights.
Yeah, that's
yes.
Hold on.
Let me finish. Yes, there are similarities, but it's two separate.
Bro, it's two separate fights, but you can't walk away from it's just like right now. Hold up. It's just like right now. All these white people going and parading themselves on the news, talking about they taking their kids out of school and all this shit. Why? Because they don't want black history taught in their schools. They don't want what they're calling
where did we start at, Blue? Where do we start at? Where do we start this right now tonight? Where do we start it at?
Talking about Super Baby or whatever you call them. Talking about Super Baby.
Hold on, Blue. Listen, let me say something real quick. Whenever we get into this topic, I think you misconstrue how I feel about it, and I'm about to give you an excellent fucking analogy. But take a page out of Jay. No. I'm not gonna do it like Jay. Let me ask you a question. Now, let me set it up first. My point has always been the shit being shoved down my throat, right? Whether it's cinema, whether it's TV, now it's translating into commercials, it's trickling into sports, whatever the case may be. My problem has always been it being shoved down my throat. Now, let me ask you a question, Blue. Do you believe in product placement when you watch TV?
Yeah.
You believe in product placement?
I don't have to believe in it. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. You pay for that shit. And it's a lot of money.
Stop, Blue. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching TV, right?
Yeah.
And let's just say you got a box of Ritz crackers sitting next to you. And you're eating Ritz crackers. And who turned their mic up?
Not me.
I'm echoing all of a sudden now.
That's got to be yours, because
why would it be me? Okay. Anyway, you're watching TV, Blue, and next to you are a box of Ritz crackers, right? Matter of fact, I'll do it better. Lorna Doone cookies. Who remembers Lorna Doone cookies?
I still eat
Who
them.
remembers how dry Lorna Doone cookies would be? Okay, boom. You got your Lorna Doones. And you're watching TV. And on the TV comes a commercial for a beverage. Doesn't matter what the beverage is. You want that beverage at that time, correct? Because you're thirsty. You just said you believe in product placement, correct?
All right.
Okay. You've been car shopping lately, right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Give me one more. You've been car shopping lately.
Yes.
You're going to know where I'm going in a second. You've been car shopping lately, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say, I don't know who your favorite actor is, but let's just say Denzel sold you on that little Lincoln that you was talking about yesterday. Let's say it took a commercial from Denzel to throw you over the hump. Do you get where I'm going with this, Blue?
Go. Yeah.
Let me pick this up. Let me pick this up. Watch this. Let me pick this up. The government, the United States government, banned and fined Bill Cosby for flashing Coca-Cola at the bottom of the Cosby Show on Thursday night when it would come on. No commercial. It would just do this. That was a subliminal message inside the sitcom. While you're watching the sitcom, the flash of a soda. The sales of Coca-Cola went up like 20 some odd percent because they were subliminally taught or led to buying Coca-Cola.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Jay? Mm-hmm. Was this before or after Michael Jackson made Pepsi the choice of a new generation?
Doesn't really make
because all the black people I know drink Pepsi. I'm just curious.
That makes no sense in this conversation right
now. Go ahead.
My point is that's what the homosexuality is doing. There's a kid that's on the fence. There's a kid that probably never even thought of homosexuality, but the fact that it looks normal now, and the fact that they keep throwing it down his face, throwing it down his throat, he's probably never even thought about it. But now feels like, okay, let me try it. It's normal. And I'm not saying, here we go, watch this. I'm not saying that gay people should not have representation in now I want you to notice, Blue, because when we start laughing at your points, I don't want you to get mad.
Okay, man.
When we start laughing at your points, I don't want you to go, you know what? You asked me to be here. I'm out. I don't want you to do that. I want you to be
I'm good.
No, I just want you to remember. I want you to remember how you acted.
I'm good. Go ahead with your point, man.
What I'm trying to say is this. It's just the fact that it's everything, everywhere, anything, and to the point that I cannot be myself without saying I have to include them. That's the sickening part of it. When I sit in my house right now, unless one of you guys is gay, I'm not around gay shit right now. I don't have gay things around me. Gay things aren't around me as far as I know or make themselves present to me in my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But if I leave it to media, the ones that got the jobs now, the one that writes the TV shows now, they put it in our faces 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every show, I'm watching a man fix cars, and then the guy comes out gay. Not to say that he wasn't gay to begin with, but I'm trying to enjoy the man den. What do you call it? The man cave. I'm trying to enjoy the man cave. But now you're telling me in my man cave, I have to accept homosexuality. Not that it's there, because I know
Blue.
it's there.
Listen, Blue.
Yeah.
I used to make a great point to JP. We used to and Jay, I don't know if you remember this. This is when we used to watch True Blood together, right? And I always made a point about the great writing of True Blood. Now, watch this. There's a difference between great writing and that lazy shit Lee Daniels was doing on Empire. Did you watch Empire?
I stopped after the second season.
Then you don't have a dog in the race. I saw the whole series. There's a difference in what was happening on True Blood and what was happening. The first time we were introduced to a gay love scene in True Blood, it was because one vampire was trying to get back at another vampire. So he seduced the vampire's boyfriend, fucked him, and then killed him. I have no problem with that. But hold on, bust this now. Watch this. Jamal Lyon, the gay member of the Lyon family, right?
Right.
All of a sudden, his man's ass is in the screen for no reason. And we're talking about primetime television. There's no what? Why is that happening? Why is this coming out of nowhere? Why is there a gay black man's ass on my TV as I sit down with, at the time, my daughter, who loved Empire, and I did too, and she wanted to sing, and whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So my point is when I brought up the product placement point, and I asked you, do you believe in product placement? You can't not believe in product placement and not believe that in some way, shape, form, or fashion, this shit is being programmed into society now.
Programmed into society.
So again, may I, gentlemen, if I can?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Number one, first and foremost, let me just say this. Number one, first and foremost, and you guys can call me naive and laugh at me even, please. Feel free.
No.
I don't think it works like that. Okay. When it comes to saying your sexuality. I really don't think it works like that. Being a person who has existed on this earth for 55 years, lucky to be here, I don't think it works like that. Where, let me just try. Allow me to say this. Even if it did work like that, which I really don't believe it does. I truly do not believe it does. You know what I'm saying? I knew, I like girls at an early age. You know what I'm saying? When I got into my how should I say, when I got into my teens, I saw gay stuff. I saw gay people. I had a gay person in my family. I was never like, I should try this. No, and yes, it might have been a different time when it wasn't consistently on TV and in commercials and movies like that. But I had gay around me. It didn't make me say, that looks interesting.
Black King's Table Talk. Can you hear me?
Who are you talking to?
Somebody called in. Somebody was
taking a call in.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
So, first and foremost, just to hit that point, I don't think it works like that. And if there is somebody,
Blue, when you say it don't work like that, are you saying that you don't believe it can be programmed?
Hold on. We got a call in there. What's up, Black King's Table Talk? First, I know who this is. This is Smooth. I can't remember her name. Smooches. Yeah. What up, Smooches? What you got to say?
Okay, so first to begin with, I hear what you're saying about programming, but it doesn't make sense when you're talking about sexuality. A person is not going to see, we're surrounded by homosexuals all the time, and this is not something that's recent. So if children may be curious about seeing a man kiss another man or a woman kiss another woman, but it's not going to make them gay. It's not going to make them.
That's not what I said.
Sexuality, whatever they're born to be.
I didn't say that neither.
That's not what I said. Can she hear me? Can she?
Hold on. Wait, fellas. It's a guest calling in. Let her hear her out.
Yeah, because she's.
No, I would say that on anybody.
Because she's spitting his agenda.
Over the people that's calling in.
Exactly, because she's.
Blue ain't shit.
I know, ma'am. Go ahead, love. We can hear you.
Okay, so what? It's your responsibility to raise your children. You can't let society raise your kids for you, because you can't control what children see. There's guns on TV. There's drugs on television. There's guns and drugs in movies, and I mean, in rap songs and the music and everything. Like, we're surrounded by things that you don't want your children to do. So if your children are facing things that are not acceptable to you, or a lifestyle that's not acceptable to you, then it's up to you to curb that. You have to teach your children. You have to say, okay, so some people choose.
Wait, no, let her finish, because she just said something beautiful.
Let me ask you a question. What have you ever had a fear of that you gotten over?
A fear of.
Like fear taking.
I don't know.
Fear taking needles. Fear jumping, swimming.
Okay, yeah, I'm scared of needles.
Right, and then one day someone talked you into it and said,
"Don't leave, Lorraine."
Someone said, "Don't worry about it. You're going to be okay. This is fine. We all take needles. We've all taken it. Draw blood, or we've all had a shot or something like that. Somebody probably demonstrated how it would go, and they even gave you a little talk through on what'll happen and what you'll feel, and don't worry about it, you'll just feel a pinch. You won't even know it. By the time you realize it, it'll be over. These are all the things that they say to help you with your fear so that you can finally take that plunge and take the needle. If you say you have a fear of needles, this had to have happened for you to finally say, let me take this blood, because we in our lives we've had to take blood and we've had to blah blah blah. So you had to be taught. They had to talk your fear down, or they had to talk you off the fence.
Yeah, but
so watch this.
That's not going to make me want a needle. That's something I'm going to do.
I didn't say wanting a needle.
It makes the needle easier.
You're talking about sexuality.
Say it again, Buzz.
It makes the needle easier. Like y'all hearing, but y'all don't.
He said it makes the needle easier to take.
No, it doesn't make the needle easier to take, because I still don't like needles.
I'm not. I watch this. You can still not like a needle, but
Jay, can the young lady hear me? Can the young lady hear me?
She says she can't hear you.
All right. I feel it's horrible that she can't hear me. The young lady just said, as a parent, it is my responsibility.
I can hear you if I turn on my iPad, because I can hear you through the IG, but I can't hear you through my phone.
Okay,
it's all right. It's all right. The young lady just said, it is my responsibility as a parent. Now watch this. To curb my kids from drugs, guns, violence, and all those images on TV. Did she not just say that?
Mm-hmm.
And in that, I'm assuming that she also said it's my responsibility to curb them from homosexuality. Why would I do that? I don't know.
You can't assume that.
Hold on. I don't know what goes on in my kids' minds. You understand?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's your responsibility.
But you can reaffirm heterosexuality.
I can. But what I'm saying is, either way,
I'm not saying it's your responsibility to homosexuality. What I'm saying is, it's your responsibility to teach your children the way that you want them to be raised. So I don't think you can make your children not gay if they're born gay. I think that you can tell your children what your beliefs are. You can tell your children that, yeah, there may be other people in society who like men that like men, or women that like women, but that's not something that we adhere to.
Do you know that now they tell us it's not even right for us to teach our kids that?
I get that they tell us that, but that people tell people a whole kinds of things. Nobody would tell me how I'm going to raise my child.
They're telling us to raise these children heterosexual is wrong, and it's a form of child abuse.
Hold on. I'm going to make a great point right now. I'm going to make a great point real quick
about sexuality. I'm not saying that you are forcing a child to take on any label. What I'm saying is that as a parent, it's your responsibility. Okay, for example, my godson was called gay in class. And in his opinion, and he was little, I don't even know if he was even 5 years old, he felt like that person didn't say it in a way that was nice. So he came home and he was like, Fifi, what is gay? This boy called me gay. And I explained to him that gay means that men like men and women like women. But
actually, gay means happy.
We don't adhere to that. However, we respect everybody's choice. So if people choose to feel this way and that's what they believe in, then you're going to have respect for it. It doesn't mean that they're bad. It doesn't make them any less of a person. This is just who they are. If there's nothing wrong with being gay. But as far as Fifi's concerned, it's not my bag. That's not my thing.
Can I ask the young lady a question? Can I ask the young lady a question?
Good. I'll repeat the question because she can't hear you. Go.
All right. My question is, why did you even go that far when could it have been as simple as gay means happy? Because the textbook term for gay is happy. Why did it have to go into this whole man, woman, blah, 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 blah? That is society. Hold on, Blue. Hold on, Blue. That is society that has you even on the mark to have that conversation.
Because he's super smart. And when I tried to say gay means happy, he knew that that's not what the kid meant.
Yeah, she was being honest. The kid came, understand this, the kid came to her and asked her a real question. You know what I'm saying? This kid called me gay, and he wanted to know what was really happening in his world. And she explained it to him. This is what's real. Now, I know it's a thing in society where we say, I don't want my kids to know this. I want them to stay kids. Listen, your kids are still going to be kids just because they get knowledge. Doesn't mean they're not going to be children. They're just getting knowledge. You know what I'm saying? White people are saying the same thing. That's all I'm saying right now. When I hear these arguments, I don't want them to learn about that black shit.
Hey,
Keep that black shit out of my school.
Jay just made an excellent point that I wanna hammer home on another point that at some point we're gonna get you on board with. Jay just said that it is being frowned upon to teach your kids how to think correctly and to
Don't
think
say correctly. You can't say, no. Don't say correctly because it's your wording. It's
say
your
what
wording
you said again.
No.
Bad. Say what you said again.
It's just it is now being frowned upon and wrong for you to teach your child heterosexuality.
Did you also say that it's almost breaking the law?
No, it is like what's the whatever your child services. Hey, can you put your iPad in your ear or something?
Hold on.
It's almost breaking the law. I mean, it's almost child services will come to you and be like, listen, you can't teach your child that.
Hold on. Now let's get Blue on board. Hey, Blue, what we've been trying to tell you when we say jump the line, here's another point I'm gonna make. When the fuck is it gonna be illegal to teach not teach white kids to hate black people?
I don't get the question. When is it going to be?
Here's a question. He said, when will it be against the law for them to say, I don't want them to learn that black shit, and now that's against the law as well. But it's almost against the law to teach your child heterosexuality.
But no, that against the law to teach. Hold on, but it's not against the law to teach hate.
Are you asking me that question?
No, we're asking.
No, ma'am.
We're asking Blue, and asking you too, because you and Blue seem to be on the same page.
I mean, I know what you're saying about it's against the law, whatever, but nobody's going to tell me how to raise my child. Nobody's going to tell me what I'm supposed to teach my kid. I don't think that it's abusive for me to tell my child the truth. I don't think it's abusive for me to say...
What's the truth? What's the truth?
Meaning that it's not abusive for me to tell, like what I said, that I told him. It's not abusive for me to tell him that gay means men who like men, women who like women. Everybody lives differently. Some people have different choices.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
We're not saying that that's the truth. It's against. It's wrong and deemed frowned upon, and this is the problem. People only hear what they want to hear to further strengthen their point of views and not listen to what the argument is. Listen to the argument. It is wrong and deemed not right for you to teach your child heterosexuality. If you tell your child, in other words, and I'm gonna break it down to the lowest common denominator, if you say, listen, man and man, woman and woman, and that's all that you teaching your child, they're saying that that's a form of abuse. And that's
okay,
wrong.
but that's not all I'm teaching.
But no, you getting lost, smooches. You getting lost.
I don't care what you're teaching.
That's not the point I'm trying to make.
I'm telling you that if you were to only teach your child heterosexuality, that is wrong. And it is wrong for you to say that I can't just teach heterosexuality. Because
okay, but I don't disagree with that. I don't think that is healthy to teach a child heterosexuality.
Then you're not listening. You're not listening to the.
You're not listening to the point. You're not listening to the point, smooches. You're missing the point.
Hold on. What's the point?
Smooches?
The point is this. This is the point. If I only tell my child, right, that there's only sexuality, there's only heterosexuality. If I only teach my child that, I am in the wrong. Why is it that I can, just like you said, Smooches, you teach your children what you want to teach your children. Why can't I teach my children about heterosexuality?
Well,
without it being frowned upon.
now you're asking a question. Hold on, you're asking a question.
You want me to answer the question now?
Can we answer it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, number one, because
the
it's
reason
wrong.
why that would be deemed as abuse is because if your child is naturally gay, let's say that this child, you may not know your child is gay, and you're only teaching this kid about heterosexuality, that child can't see themselves in that lesson. So that may be deemed abuse emotionally and psychologically.
That probability.
Because, hold on, let me finish.
Listen. That probability that you threw in there. What if? Now, what if he wasn't?
Right. You gotta say what if to make your
point. No, hold on.
You can't. Because he's in a world where there's some people that are not heterosexual.
Right.
So if I'm only teaching my child heterosexuality, then when he goes out into a world where there's homosexuals, he might become abusive or a bully because he's not aware of their existence. It becomes something to him that's foreign, and he's not being raised to be tolerant. So let me make my point. My point is that you can't.
Actually, what you just said was excellent. Because we ill-equip them for going into the world, into society. So right. That right there, I understand. So, but my point is, I shouldn't be, and I'm using extreme, locked up because I chose to teach my child. If I didn't tell my child not to go across the street on a red light, am I going to get locked up?
No, but I don't. Right. I think that the reason why that became such a strict, why it became such an issue, is because there's too many children that are being raised that are not tolerant, and then it develops into bullying.
The number of kids
there are a lot of teenagers that suffer from identity crisis because they are gay and because other people are not so tolerant. They become suicidal. They become.
Listen to what he's saying.
Jesus Christ. So I understand everything you just said, Smooches. I understand everything you just said, Smooches. And the only thing I'm trying to do is get Harlem Blue here on board with a point that I've been trying to make with him for several Sundays. I don't know if you watch us on Sunday, but you should. Anyway, for several Sundays now, I have been trying to explain to Harlem Blue that the gay agenda has jumped and skipped the line of the black agenda. Now, what I'm saying is, and when I think you guys just made the point, that it is now frowned upon when you teach, and for lack of better terms, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. When you teach that, it is wrong. But it is not wrong when white people, or even just on a broader spectrum, I don't even want to call it white, black, whatever the case may be. When you have parents that are teaching hate one for the color of their skin, hate one for their gender, hate one for whatever it means, whatever, right? To me, why is race not more relevant than homosexuality? That's all I'm saying. And listen, to further that point,
I think that race should be just as relevant. I don't think,
but it's not though. But it's not though. But it's not. It's not.
I don't understand how race is not relevant.
I can see you black. I can see you black before I see you gay.
Ooh, it's a good point. Blue,
exactly. So how is race not as relevant?
Blue, do you remember a couple of Sundays ago? When I told you, it's harder to prove a hate crime against a black person than it is against a gay person? Do you remember when I said that?
Yeah.
Okay. My point is, Blue, is that if a white man punched me in my mouth and screams nigger, right? Mm-hmm. I have to actually go into court and prove that happened. a gay person to have 95 motherfuckers march in the court with them and say, yes, that happened. And that is the society that we live in. And that's the point I'm trying to
Now, hold
make.
on. Now, what did you just say? Say that again. Say that again.
JP, go ahead, you take it.
All right, let's go back to the comic books because we really veered off.
Yeah, we always get passionate, man. It's all good.
And I love it. I really do love it. But I was thinking about when people read this
hey, I showed up.
Yeah, if they showed up in the middle of the show, they like, okay, what happened?
Yeah,
where's Superboy?
Gay Superman. I thought I was talking about gay Superman. What the fuck?
This was a false. We call it.
This was clickbait.
Right, but
thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
We end up the topic could start off R. Kelly, and we end up talking about homosexuals, whatever. Neither here nor there. But the thing about it is
speaking about R. Kelly, his music has been streamed and bought over 500 times since he's been convicted. 500%.
Yeah.
Right, of course, because it's about to go away.
Yeah. It's like if a famous artist died. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
His stock as far as his catalog and all that shit. Yeah, it's worth money. It's worth money.
So back to this thing. So I really don't have a problem. I think that the emblem now is going to allow them to feel more secure in our society. I thought I think it's a sneaky tactic. I think who's echoing? I think it was a sneaky tactic. I think, or if not a sneaky tactic, it was a well thought out tactic. You know what I'm saying? To permanently make them a fixture, a visible, strong pillared fixture in society, which I think that they're supposed to have. Let me let you know that I'm not saying that they're not supposed to have it. Yes, they're supposed to have it. I'm not mad at them for having it, but I just think that the way they went about it, just as the best way I can describe it is how this man Dave Chappelle said it, punching down and forcing us to
look at Blue. Blue, you're gonna be the fucking rebuttal guy from now on. You're gonna SU from now on. You're the rebuttal guy.
So
go ahead, Blue. Hit that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. I get the attitude. I get the how should I say, the thought process. And like what Dave Chappelle said, you know what I actually call it? I actually started calling it Archie Bunker syndrome or old white man syndrome. And I take that from Archie Bunker, like Mike and Gloria, the young kids, and this is what the world is doing now, and he can't take it. You know what I'm saying? And everything is like,
So me and Jay is in the scenario, me and Jay is Archie Bunker?
Yeah, basically. Yes, basically.
So you're gonna go along. Hold on. So just so this is proper context, you go along and you're pushed into everything you're given. You don't fight back on nothing.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Hold on. Can I say something? Can I answer to something right now? Can I answer to something?
Go ahead.
Okay, like you guys have talked a lot about, it's being pushed upon me. All this being pushed upon me. And I'm just saying, has a human being living in this world, has a black man, a heterosexual man in this world, you know what I'm saying, and I watch a lot of shit. It's not like I'm closed off. Yes, gay is out there, but I don't feel threatened by it. I don't feel like it's being pushed upon me specifically. I feel like, yes, it's in media now. It used to be strange, but now it's not. You know what I mean? Yes, now it's in comic books. But like JP was saying, that's sprinkles of that have always been there from time to time. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and I was going to say to JP that I don't feel it's right. The way he was saying it, I don't feel it's right to say you can't teach heterosexuality. I was going to say, I don't feel that's right. You should be able to teach heterosexuality. How are you going to stop people from teaching heterosexuality? But I understood when, what's the name, Smooches or whatever was saying it, that, oh no, it's not just teaching heterosexuality, it's the exclusion of everything else, like it doesn't even exist. I'm like, oh, well, that's what's fucked up.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Blue, hold on, Jay.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What?
I come to your house to stay for a day.
Here you go.
I come to your house to stay for a day or two. You say I have to be out by the third day. I use all these different tactics to stay, and you're like, no. But at the end of the night, guess what I did?
You stayed.
I stayed.
How
would you feel?
Say, I'm trying to think if I'm calling the cops or clearly a violation. Understand, clearly a violation. So your point is, I think you're going into, I said I don't want to see all this gay shit, but I got to turn on my TV or turn on whatever I'm listening, and boom, gay shit pops up. Is that where you're going with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my thing to that is, again, I know you're wanting me to say, I get it, and don't connect the two. But I've always connected the two. Whenever I want you to understand, whenever I hear an argument that sounds like something they would say, I automatically rebuke it. You know what I'm saying? Number one, first and foremost, like I said, I don't see how that's hurting me. I don't see how that's affecting me.
Smoochie says, turn the channel. What's wrong with turning the channel?
Hey, yo, let me make a point. Let me make a point. Can I make a point real quick?
You don't have to buy the comic book. You know what I'm saying?
This is true. But sometimes, and Blue, I swear, sometimes these conversations turns into a us versus you thing, and I don't know how. I really don't. I love you to death, Blue. But here's an analogy.
Now I'm good with it. Now I'm like, yo, you just gotta float with this and have fun with it. That's why I was laughing earlier. I didn't mean JP. I didn't mean to. I'm trying to laugh and flow with the flow. And,
wait, listen.
I'm trying to find a new way to go with it.
Hold on. I started laughing because an analogy crossed my mind as you were talking. Because your defense of it is so strong, but sometimes I don't think. And forgive me, I know we only know each other like this, but you're the guy that walks into a gay club, right? To prove that I don't have no problem with this, whatever. This is what it is for the night, right? And once you get inside and see all the shit that's going on, you're like, whoa, what the fuck was I thinking? Now, here's the difference. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
I have actual stories.
I bet you do. Now let me explain my point. Hold on. Let me explain my point. I will go into a gay club and know what I'm gonna get. Like, right, pause, right? And know what it is, why I even showed up there, right? Wasn't for experience, was this, was that, right? It was to have a good time. That's it.
So let me say something. Now JP, he has one story.
Analogy.
He has one story.
Just an analogy.
Hold on. He has one story about the gay club. That was the one in the Bronx, right, JP?
Yes, sir.
But there's another one. I used to work for these clubs. Well, I'm gonna say y'all my age, y'all know. Okay, so Bentley's, Silver Shadows, Red Parrot. Remember?
No, I was too young.
No, I'm 46.
Oh my God!
But my aunt and uncles know. Go ahead, tell the story.
All right, so these were the popular clubs down in Manhattan, doing like the the late 80s, early 90s. They were big. Everybody was in there. Heavy D, Mike Tyson, all that. And the same person owned all of them. The same mob family owned all. I shouldn't have said mob family. The same family owned all that shit. So I used to work for them at the clubs. And the one called Silver Shadow was on 56th Street, uptown on the west side. I used to work for that one. And they said one night, they had a slow night on Thursdays. They said, we're going gay. Now, this is back when I was like 20-something and very homophobic. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say it again. I was 20-something. I was a little homophobic at the time. And me and my boy was like, this is some bullshit. This is crazy, man. I don't want to do this shit. But, you know, we was young. We was broke. Had to go get that check. Well, it was cash at the time. So first night we go in there, these motherfuckers is all white. They partying their ass off. Gay shit on the monitors, you know what I'm saying? Because they play the videos. I'm like, this is some bullshit. I got to work in this environment and look at these the monitors, they sucking dick. This is some bullshit. At the end of the night, we got our tip bucket, whatever you want to call it. And a motherfucker over here, me, was like, huh? Can it be gay night every night? The money these motherfuckers tipped us was ridiculous. So I was like, we're good. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. I have no problem. Go ahead.
So, Blue, is it fair to say that
he's gay for
part
money?
of your tolerance? No. Oh, but I can call him a tap dancing Negro now. Can I not?
Well,
Can I not?
let me tell you the gay story with this dude, and I don't know
Hold
if
on. Go ahead. My bad.
So here we go. Now he probably say he's grown since then, but that's not the gay story.
That's what I was about to ask. His tolerance is because of his growth.
Now watch this.
That's what I was about to ask. Go ahead.
We was at a club. We went to go talk about booking the club for comedy. We went in, and as we was in the club, you know, the club looked like it was popping. When we looked around,
wait. Remember Police Academy?
I'm laughing because Blue recognized it first. And Blue was high that night. Blue said, "Hey, yo," not quietly. He said very abruptly and up on top of his voice. He didn't scream it out, but it was pretty loud. "Hey, yo, ain't nothing but men in here." As we walked out and we saw the line, he said, "Hey, yo, there ain't nothing but men in here." He said, "Yo, that's a fucking gay club, nigga. Yo, you had me go inside a gay club, nigga." He was perturbed about being in the gay club. So I don't know where this comes from.
Well, I can tell like there's growth, there's maturity, there's this, there's that.
Of course.
But sometimes it feels like, but sometimes it feels like out of fear of being called something other than what you are or believe, you stick to these, you know, like very straight and narrow. Like you won't waver. You're very, you know what I mean?
So watch this. What you trying? Let me just piggyback off what you just said. I don't think he feels this way. I think he really honestly feels like he's doing the right thing in society. But I understand that what you're trying to say is, in fear of him not being called a bigot, hater, blah blah blah, whatever you want to say, that he just goes along to get along, so that this way peace can stay in his life, as opposed to standing up.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that.
As opposed to standing up to what can be an opposing issue in society. Now, I don't mind standing up against this because the majority is like, let me ask you a question, Blue. If the majority said that homosexuality was wrong and it was against the law,
it's a good one.
Would you still feel the way you feel?
No.
Now, the person that I am now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. But listen to the question, Blue.
If society,
because you have a history. You have a history. You haven't always been tolerant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying so you're saying if society, are you saying if they all of a sudden came
not all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
If the norm, if the like how they're trying to push this to be the norm, if the argument always came up with it's against the law, it's not right, blah 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 blah. Not now that we have this, not now that we have this reckoning and understanding of what homosexuality and what the person feels. Erase all of that and replace it with this is wrong.
Basically, you're saying if the matrix had changed and society still deemed it wrong to this day, right, would I still feel the same way I do? And right, I'm going to only hope that I would. I don't know, because that's fair.
That's a fair answer.
That's a whole different reality.
And that's
a fair answer.
And that in itself lets me know that, like Lorraine just said, you just don't want pushback. You just don't. You just want to coast along and be okay. Watch this.
No. First of all,
let me give you an example. Let me give you my example. Right now, it's deemed to be okay to be homosexual, and don't get me wrong, it's supposed to be. I don't want homosexuals to think that I'm against it. Please, please listen.
Love who you love, man.
Yeah, love who you love, man. I'm not saying no, but if all of a sudden it was totally fucking legal and we never knew to have fight against homosexuality, I would still know I don't want nothing in my ass. I would still know that I don't.
Was extreme.
It was very extreme, but I'm trying to watch this, drill home a point. In other words, who I am now knows that that's not what I want.
But hold up,
no matter what the circumstances is.
Wait. Well, let's back up for a second. I'm not gay.
It's not about being gay.
No. Understand? No, because that's what you just did, though.
No. It's not about being gay. Like he said, it's extreme. What I just said. In other words,
he went extreme, Blue. He went extreme.
In other words, what I'm saying is, I would still have the argument of no. That's what you talking about. That's not right. No. Oh no. What? Do what? It's legal. Everybody's doing it. That's wrong because of the person who I am today.
Mm-hmm. I still believe it's wrong.
No, I don't believe that it's wrong. I believe whatever you want to go with is what you want to go with. But I'm saying I would still have these feelings, even if everything was coasting and this argument never came up.
Right.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused because me personally, I'm not gay. All right, so we go with
if there was nothing to be tolerant about, if this was the norm and this was never the conversation and this was never an argument or an issue.
I got a better way to ask that question. If we didn't live in a butthurt society where you were allowed to have your opinion, would you have your opinion?
If we
or would you still be as tolerant?
Okay, you know what? Let's just put it like this. Let's put it in this type of fashion. If society, deemed that being gay was wrong and it was, this bad thing, would I still, or is that the question? Would I still?
You were never taught that. You were never taught anything else. See, the important part is it's like allegory in the cave. Once you know something, you can't go back to not knowing.
Yeah.
What if you never knew it to be that way?
Yeah.
Judging by the person that we know you to be today, this person that you are today, this evolved person that you are today, it's safe to say that you'll still be this evolved person with the only knowledge of it being wrong. I mean,
let's understand. Allow me to address something real quick. again, just because society says it's wrong doesn't mean I'm going.
Hold on. Let's chop down Pretty Rude, please, because she just be going off. She said a man will thought for a cheeseburger, face down, ass up. I have fucked bitches for Fruit Loops. Let's get this very clear. I have fucked bitches because they wanted to know my first name. I have fucked bitches because they wanted to come in the room with me.
Ike, what are we talking about here?
I'm just saying, Pretty Rude be going off for a minute. She keeps swearing to God, I don't hate men.
Bring us in on it, because I don't know what the fuck happened.
Pretty Rude be saying some
real. I'll fuck a bitch for a Fruit Loop.
I'm saying, I'm saying, she says she constantly says, "Oh, I don't hate men. But whenever chance she get, she slanders.
She hate men.
She slanders them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't hate men. But any chance she gets, she slanders them.
What I want our audience to understand as they watch us go through these things, right? Never once have I ever come in here gay bashing. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. What I'm saying is that the agenda is being forced on me.
That's it.
And I don't like it.
And that's what I've always said.
And Blue, I even gave you an excellent fucking example of that. And I'll go even further. Do you remember the show on HBO, Oz?
Constant homosexuality.
Oh, yeah, Oz.
Constant homosexuality. Niggas was getting fucked left and right. Do you remember the movie American Me?
When the guy broke his face on the curb and the guy was fucking.
No, that was American History X. American Me was the Mexicans in jail, and one of them, he did some foul shit, but he ended up with his face in a bag of rice while he got raped.
Okay.
Oh, for me, hold on. I'm gonna give you why I'm bringing that up, Blue. For me, it's about context. Don't just throw it at me for no reason. If it goes along with the story and the story I could follow, I'm all for it.
And you talking to a guy?
Wait, hold on.
So, talking to a guy that loves
Brokeback Mountain is cool with you,
huh?
So Brokeback Mountain is cool with you.
Never saw Brokeback Mountain. Anyway,
but it went with the story.
Never saw Brokeback Mountain. Lafayette from True Blood was the flyest gay character I've ever seen in my life. I don't know another one. Jay has some because he watches the show about the strip club on Stars. What's the name of the show, Jay?
The P Valley.
P Valley. He watches P Valley, so he knows of flyer gay dudes than Lafayette. But to me, Lafayette. So what I'm saying is,
to me, a guy who watches and loves the show Pose.
There you go. But my point is that it's
it's that when I said Pose, he had a facial nose explosion over the word. So let me say it again. You're talking. Did you sniffle and everything? Did you cough and get all that shit out, Buzz? All right, here we go.
I can't fucking help it, man.
But you do it, man. You do it at times when it's a point being made. So watch this.
It's not.
You're talking to a guy who loves the show Pose.
Oh,
right. I love Pose. I love the writing. I cry when I see how they had to live in these subcultures right here in our culture. I was mad that they fucked up the memories of these good songs that I've already tainted, and then they over tainted it.
I wonder why. He's the
greatest. I used to love Whip Appeal. And now, and if you watch Dear White, here's a question real quick. And if you watch Dear White People, they fucked up Nas's One Mic. Ooh, destroyed it. Here's a question.
And I don't even. I'm scared to even ask what One Mic.
Yeah,
what the meaning of One Mic took on. But go ahead.
It was very gay to the point where even in the show, they cut it out of the show it was a part of a talent show. It was so gay that they cut it out of the talent show in the show, and I was sitting there going, "Oh my God, that was wrong."
But listen, my point to the audience is we not here gay bashing. My thing, my point of view is just, I don't want it rammed down my throat. Again, I will always go back to the fucking the gay couple trying to sell me Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios. It's two dudes.
Oh my
And
God,
not for
I'm
nothing,
trying not to highlight this girl's comments, but
it was
Lorraine.
Lorraine.
No, not Lorraine.
It was
Pretty Rude said,
two dudes
Pretty
selling
Rude-
me Cheerios. I don't want that.
Pretty Rude said that Ike Buzz is in here sniffling up everybody's Wi-Fi.
Hey yo, fuck y'all, man. I'm gone.
Yo,
I've been
you
on
know
too
what's
long
funny?
anyway.
I don't even realize the shit had cut out when he sniffled. That's why I was like, yo, did y'all freeze? The shit had cut out. It
Get
froze.
the fuck out of here.
I'm dead.
Fuck
ass
y'all,
serious.
man.
Oh
I'm
my
dead ass
God. She said he's trying to sniffle up everybody's Wi-Fi.
Really? So she got her
That's
cool
hilarious.
points back, and she's
No,
not attacking
no,
men
no. She's
Fuck
still
y'all, man.
no, Buzz. I'm Buzz. I'm rocking with you, B. She's a fucking hater, B. She's a fucking hater. She's a male bashing hater. She needs a man with an oversized penis.
But Blue, my point is that, like, yo, I'm not against it, man. I'm not phobic. I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? I got two gay friends. Nah, I'm only playing. I'm joking with that part. But I know gay friends. I have gay family members. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the representation and the inclusion and all that. I just think it's getting to a part where, you know, look how hard Black people had to fight, right?
To
be in Hollywood.
Still fighting
To be in Hollywood. Look how hard
Hold on. Wait. Can I just say something? Can I just point out something real quick?
How many years? No.
Can I point something out real quick? Can I point something out real quick?
Yeah.
I was told a couple of different times by you guys that when I do it, you know what I'm saying, don't do that. Don't equate their fight with our fight. But then you guys,
oh my God, that is the weakest thing you're about to say.
We're
not comparing. We're not comparing. We're telling you what's happening. What we're saying is this. We're not saying we need what's name because they're getting theirs. I'm saying to you, they're getting theirs above ours. Stop. Give me mines. Okay, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not.
Hey, Blue. How long and how hard did Black people have to fight in the entertainment industry in a whole? Now, mind you, we come from a place where Al Jolson was wearing blackface and making fun of us, right? Think about the progression to right now today and how Black people are depicted. One of the first positive depictions was the Cosby Show, because a lot of people will argue Good Times wasn't really, you know what I mean? The Jeffersons, you know what I mean? But one of the first positive depictions was the Cosby Show, right?
Yeah.
How is it that gay people did that in like 5 years? Did what Black people had to take 50, 60, 70 years to do. Gay people did it in about 5.
See, I disagree with that, though.
You don't have to. You don't have to agree with it because it's
true.
It's facts.
How is it true when, okay, if you're talking about the span of TV, okay, you can't say gay people did it in 4 or 5. Gay people have always been here, just like we've always been here. So however long we took to get it, then if you want to say, okay, 5 years later,
their representation was like an avalanche, Blue.
You can't just say, oh, they did this in 5 years. You have to add all that time before that.
Hey, fellas, this conversation, I love it. I really do. But we gotta stay on this super, and I'm
on the topic, right?
We're
still here.
I can't believe that I'm telling y'all to stay on comic books.
Yeah.
Well, come on, I knew.
I gotta go anyway because my lunch was over 45 minutes ago.
Yeah. Hey, listen, fellas.
I'm out of here.
Anything in closing? Hey, real quick, close it out with something about the comic book.
We're here. We're queer. Like, right? Like, it ain't going nowhere, man. This is the world we live in, bro. Like,
Smoocher said, "Fuck the comic books."
we got gay superheroes now. Okay, you know.
Well, I mean,
It blows my mind, but
I bet it does. What do you want to say in closing, Blue?
I mean, this is, again, like you just said, it's here. And the reality is, yeah, this is what's supposed to happen. Progress. You know, there weren't black people in comic books. Then there were. There weren't Spanish people in comic books.
how long did it take? How long did it take? How long did it take?
It took years.
Right. It only took them about 5 or 10, Blue.
Oh
By
my
comparison.
God. How, no, hold up. How do you, the way you
Can I close it out, fellas? Can I close it out? Yo, we're gonna
not fair, because you're saying it took them 5 years from starting from our point when we got ours.
All right, so here we go.
They were still in the mix when we were in the mix rushing for ours. It's not like they weren't here. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say it took them a shorter period of time. You know what I'm saying? They were here fighting for their rights. They were here getting killed, you know what I'm saying? Not to the extent that we were, but you know what I'm saying, it's not like it wasn't happening. Now,
right, so here we go. No, Blue. Let's I gotta chop it because we gotta.
I always get chopped.
All right, so watch this, ladies and gentlemen. No, you don't always get chopped. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy JP Justice. And in closing, I would love to say this. First off, thank our guys on the panel. Our guys on the panel was definitely
Lorraine.
Jesus Christ. You think Lorraine wasn't with you at all this whole show.
At all.
Yo,
no. See, this is what y'all don't understand. You don't have to agree with me. Okay. All I'm saying is that I'm just looking at the world as it is. And I'm saying, okay, it's good that we have more acceptance. It's good that we have more diversity. I don't think it's a bad thing. I know everybody wants me to think it's a bad thing, but
no one wants you to think it's a bad thing. That's what, and that's what you got to stop. No one wants you to think it's a bad thing. See, that's the part.
What am I?
I'm telling you right now. Listen, that's the part that you're not connecting.
No. But what am I supposed to be mad at? That's what I'm saying.
No one wants. This is what we want you to be mad at. That they got theirs before we got ours. That's it.
Thank you.
That's it.
But that's
listen. We're not mad at gays. We're not mad at what they're doing. We're not mad at blah blah blah. We're mad or we're jealous that they have pushed their agenda before ours. That's it.
But the fact that fact that they pushed theirs ahead, that's not on them.
No, it is on them. You know why? You know why it's on them?
As far as where we are.
No, it is. It is on them because look.
How is it on?
I'm getting ready to tell you why. I'm getting ready to tell you why. Because it's in comic books. It's on TV. It's in
black people are in comic books on TV.
It's in the cereal. It's in this. It's in that. Every time I turn around.
Black people on comic books and TV.
What I'm trying to say is they're constantly.
And literally, as far as representation, there's more black people on TV than gay people. You know that, right?
They're telling you that if you don't include them, it's wrong. They don't say that about black people. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
yes, they do. They do say that about black people now.
In closing, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we love the fact that, and we welcome Jonathan Kent into the DC universe. We hope to see a lot more because we do understand that what representation like that does is normalize what someone can be feeling about themselves, and it allows them to see that they can be more than just a hidden emotion and feeling and all that kind of stuff. We are not here to break anybody down. So we definitely welcome Jonathan Kent into the DCU. It's no love, no hate, no nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy. It's your boy JP Justice. We closing this out. We're gonna come back to this, man, and we're gonna really drill this shit home, and we're gonna leave this shit open for 8, 9, 10, 12 fucking hours. Look, now Lorraine said, I love you, Blue.
I love you too, Lorraine.
Yo, it's your boy JP Justice. It's your boy JP Justice. We agree to disagree, Blue. All right, here we go. I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. Let me shut these people down first. Hold on. Got to get rid of Pretty Rude. She's a piece of fucking work, ain't she?
You still live, man.
No, I'm live. I'm live here, but I'm not live over there. She
All
can't
right.
hear me.
Okay.
I don't give a
All right.